Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann, and this is Flossy Friday. It is January 28th. January 8th. What am I saying? It's been a very long, crazy week back at work, and according to a meeting that I had today, it's not going to be slowing down for me, which is good on one hand. On the other hand, I'm being very cautious. So, there's that. I can't really go into detail. Anyways, so work has been really crazy. I've gotten a fair amount of stitching in because it's what's kept me sane. I did have a couple of days, and I'll talk about it, where I made very slow progress because computer work is really hard on your butt, physically, on your eyes especially, and some of the stuff that I'm working on mentally, like, it just drains me. And so I had a couple of days where I didn't get as much progress as I wanted to, and I kind of lost my momentum for a hot minute, which is why I made the switch that I made, and I'll talk about all that. But yeah, this week has just been hard. The kids are doing fine. They are sleeping, and unless they hear my voice and decide to come in here, I'm not going to go get them or encourage them to come in here because they are sleeping. And Stella's been running around here most of the morning like she was shot out of a firecracker. So I'm enjoying the peace and the quiet for the moment. So I know they all love seeing them, but maybe next week. Okay, so I don't have a whole lot to show, but let me show. So I did receive a little bit of Happy Mail from my friend Heather, the Blessed Stitcher, on Instagram and here on YouTube as it's just her name. Let me double check. I believe it's just her name. I'm like out of it. Heather Moore / the Blessed Stitcher. So you would be able to find her on YouTube too. YouTube as well if you just search the Blessed Stitcher, but her name is Heather. Anyways, she did a giveaway because she had 2 of these patterns. She had already stitched it. And this is from Little House Needleworks and Country Cottage Needleworks, so they collabed. And it says, "Where there is life, there is hope." And you get 2 colorways, and it's really, really cute. And she did a giveaway for both, and my name came up. And she sent me another little goodie, but I'm going to keep that to myself. But anyways, thank you so much, Heather. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you soon. Y'all should go check her out on Instagram and go encourage her on Instagram to make a new video. I've been trying. I need more help. Anyways, so what have I done in the last week? I have started something. I've started my first 2 months, like, really big start, and that is my needle point that I got from Germany whenever I was 13. So I've been wrong about the year. I thought I was like 10 or 11. It turns out I was 13. And anyways, I got this in Germany. I've always loved this art, this picture, and whenever we were there, I really wanted to stitch it. And obviously for more money, but I don't remember how much more, but you could get the whole like thread pack to like do this, and I think it involved like a mixture of like cottons and wool and all kinds of things. But I'm doing it in DMC, but you use all 6 strands. So I did pull majority of the colors from my kit, but because it uses all 6 strands to be thick enough, I am afraid that I'm going to go through it's so fast. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put those colors back in my kit box, and I'm just going to go buy skeins of the colors that I need. And certain colors I'm going to need probably like 2, maybe even 3 skeins of. I'm hoping just 2, and I can get a second skein of those as I need it, like the blues up here maybe, the greens, but some of these other colors maybe not. But anyways, I just did a really small start. I did the light pink in some of these flowers over here, and so I just got a very small little start one night, because I was testing out the colors and testing out, you know, getting used to holding it, getting used to how easy or not easy it will be to work on such a big piece of fabric that you can't just put in a hoop. And so just getting used to the, you know, like the feel of it, right? So anyways, I need to go and get those threads in new skeins, but this is officially started. I'm really excited, but this is my medium to big start, more like a big start, for the new year. I started this on the 1st of January, and so this is going to take me a while, but it does go faster than cross stitch, but it also goes a little bit slower because of handling the size, and I don't know. It does take a little bit longer, but it also at the same time goes fast. I don't know how to really explain that. It's kind of like latch hook. It goes fast to a degree, like you get in a rhythm, and it goes pretty quickly, I think. But it's also just different, so it's like different hand movements and a different comfortability level. Anyways, so I started a second thing because I only put maybe like an hour into my German needlepoint, and then I started something else. And this doesn't count against me in my little rules that I created for myself, because it's a series that was already started. And so this is Hands-on Design, Loads of Fun. This is the second in the series, so I do have one more to go. And I can't remember the name of this fabric, but it is a 32 count linen, and I changed all the colors to like go with the majority of the colors in my house and things like that. I have like a tickle in my throat because our temperatures keep on fluctuating between like 70 and 40 degrees. And it's possible that it may snow on Sunday, but they said it's not likely, but it could happen. What does that even mean? Like, why tell me? Anyways, so just thought I need some water is actually probably what I need. I think also I have it too hot in the house, and so I think it's just stuffy. Anyways, personal problems. So I think the water helped. Anyways, lots of color changes, which they're in the other room, so I honestly don't remember what they all are. But I did this little section correctly originally, but I messed up this one, and I wasn't going to go back, so it was easier to add 2 extra stitches on each side over here. But they are supposed to like curve, like round out. It's fine with me. I don't care. It is what it is. I think it still looks fine. But this is now done, and so I only have one piece of the series left. The frame and pipe is actually underneath that fabric right there. So after I am done with the other thing that I worked on this week, I'm gonna finish off this series and get this series out of my life. And also because my dad is gonna come visit in either next weekend or the weekend after, and I'm gonna get him to help me hang up that pipe so that way I can display them. So that's that. But I decided I could have FFO'd this one. I finished it on the 5th, which was Wednesday? Yes, the 5th was Wednesday. So I finished this on Wednesday. I started it on the 1st. By the end of the 2nd, I had like half of it done. And then, or maybe by the 3rd, I had like half of it done. I don't remember. But the coming back to work, like I said, it's been really stressful this week. I've been really tired. And I thought, honestly, that I was going to have this done by Sunday and that I could start the 3rd one on Monday and have it done by like Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And just work had me so tired, and so it took me like 2.5, 3 days to finish the last half, and I started like getting really frustrated, and I didn't want to work on the 3rd part. I needed a break. Like I was like, I need a break from these colors, I need a break from this pattern, I need a break from this fabric. And only one piece came to mind in the needing of the break, but I could have FFO'd this, but I decided to go ahead and wait until part 3 is done. So whenever part 3 gets done, I'll just show them to you FFO'd. But yeah, I'm real excited that one's done. And hopefully by the end of next week, part 3 will be done, which will be really nice. So I needed a break, like I said, and only one pattern really came to mind. And I'm not even kidding you. I was told in private by more than like 3 or 4 people that they wanted this to be my next finish. And I totally agreed. Like I responded like that's my thinking, like that's my thought. And so it's really cool that this whip is so fun to so many people who like even wouldn't want to maybe even stitch this because, you know, not everybody's into it, which is, that's like everything, right? So anyways, this is on 18 count Aida that I hand dyed myself as a dyed panda, and this is a soda stitch pattern, and this is Sewing Cats. And alright, so this is the top 3 shelves. You can't see little cat butts feet because they'll reveal some of my progress. But anyways, this piece is so cute, and I really do love working on this one. I put it down for so long. I know that I've talked about this before, but I put it down for so long because I wanted to customize every single cat to look like cats that we had, which would be honestly a lot of, and I had her stitched already, it would be a lot of this little cat because I now have 4 of them in my life, and this little guy because Potter, but I had no idea how to make like a calico myself because these you can't always like fully tell, but like some of these have like, that has 3 different colors just to make him. I mean, you can tell, but it's more intricate than just a single color, like I'm gonna change the color of a cat. You have to think about like the shadows and stuff like that, and I put it down for so long because I honestly just didn't want to try that hard. And so anyways, whenever I decided I'm not going to do that anymore, it got fun to work on again, and that's just how I feel about it. And anyways, this is where this one is at. So let me tell you what all I have done, because I got this, I finished Loads of Fun on the 5th. I got this back out on the 6th and worked on it about an hour before work. And the sewing machine was filled in black only till about here. So I did all of that fill in. I finished filling in all the white on these 2 cats, back stitched them, and then I have color completed 7 colors since then. So I color completed this dark gray for the sewing machine, so like this dark gray. I finished both of the blues for this section of the blanket. I finished the dark green for the giant yarn ball. I finished the dark red, pinky red. I finished the bright pink and the light pink. So this is not getting put away. I'm very close. Well, okay, I still have a ways to go, but it's going faster as I color complete, and it's becoming a lot easier to color complete because of how I went about it. So I'm currently working on his ball of yarn, and then we'll do the needles, finish up the colors in the wood down here. Some of the colors in this wood is in this cat, so I'll finish up this cat. And then they're also in some like filigree on the sewing machine and on the spool. And on the big turner. And then I'll go through and I'll do like the rest of the blues, because there's these blues, these light and medium blue for like shading on this guy and some on this one. And anyways, so, and a lot of white and a lot of black is left. And then I'll finish up the back stitching. So I'm really excited to have this one back out. But yes, so I'm going to work on this one until it's finished. I would love to have it done this weekend, because this weekend I do have a couple of like plans. Like my friend Tracy, who comes over like 2-3 times a week for like years, is coming over this evening, but I'll stitch while she's here. And I have a friend coming over tomorrow for like a couple of hours. We just want to like catch up and stuff. I haven't seen her since my birthday, so it's been like 2.5 months maybe, and closer to 2, I guess. So we're gonna hang out for a few hours and just catch up and spend some time together. So I may or may not stitch while she's here. She's also gonna help me pick out some paint colors, so that'll be fun. But before she gets here, like 6 people are gonna meet up at the sewing shop, the fabric shop, and they're gonna work on projects. And I got invited to be be in this little small group to just work on something small. And since I can only go for a little bit, I'm gonna take those Tula squares and I'm gonna finish cutting them so that way I can sew up the last 10 squares and hopefully get my quilt top together soon, and at least have the top together. And so that'll be really good. And so I'm going to cut those out, and that's not going to take me very long. I think I'm going to be there for maybe like, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. So I'm going to cut those out, and I'll probably bring my cross stitch, because I'm not going to bring my machine and everything since I have to come back home. So, and I'm not going to get to spend the whole day with them. And so I am going to go and hang out with them for a little bit and get a little productivity done. That, or I'm going to take my sketchbook and work on sketching my cat quilt, maybe. Anyways, so a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do for the first couple of hours tomorrow. But otherwise, I'm going to be stitching, going on like walks, because gotta get natural vitamin D in, and my workouts. But other than that, I am relaxing this weekend. I am taking a break. I don't need to really clean anything. I did a really good clean last weekend, and if you saw my Instagram, and so I need to touch up the vacuuming a little bit, but otherwise I'm stitching. I'm not doing anything else. I'm gonna binge watch movies or some TV show. I'm not really sure. Okay, so what comes after this? So I'm gonna work on this until it's done. I'm really hoping to get a ton of progress done this weekend, but it probably will be into next week, into like the weekdays that this one gets finished, which is fine with me. It is bigger. The only thing that I've left on this page is the cat tail of the cat up here, and then it's all page 4 after that. So, but since I'm color completing at this point, yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna finish off page 3, but I definitely have enough done to say I only have a page left, like, you know, technicalities aside. So anyways, gonna work on this until it's finished, and then once this one is done, I will move on to part 3 of the Laundry Co series and get that done so that way it can be ready. And if he comes before that one is finished, I would love to have both of those done by next week. But if he comes before that one gets finished, then I'll still have him help me hang up the pipe, and I will just FFO them and put them on the pipe whenever they're FFO'd. So that's that. What else? Okay, so after those two, and I know that I'm speaking like a week ahead, but just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking about and like what my mind is going to as far as working on things for the rest of this month, being a week in, and you know, I'm hoping that by next week I have 2 more finishes, which will be really cool, and 2 more finishes plus a series finish. And this is a 2017, you know, project, and my oldest is 2015, but I'm not right now wanting to get out the Harry Potter one because I kind of want to get it out and not stop working on it, and there are some things in my head that I want to work on before that. So what's currently in my head, and I don't know what order I'll pull them out at, but Christmas Rules, finishing Christmas Rules is definitely in my head. Finishing Witches of Salem is definitely in my head, and this start would not count against me because, again, it's part of a series, but the Around the Holidays series, starting and finishing the it's the Valentine's one. I knew the name earlier. I don't remember it. I don't remember the name, but it's really cute. But it's Valentine's-y themed, so I would love to start it and get it done this month so it's ready to be like put out in February in my little bowl. So, oh, Grown in Love. Is that what it is? Grown in Love? I think. Anyways, so those are like 3 that I really want to do. At the moment, I have a ton. I have a ton of patterns, and I'm allowing myself 1 new small start a month, and at the moment, 1 new start that isn't in an already started series. But at the moment, I can't think of anything that I want to start. I just can't. I think this is the first time. So I did a ditch to stitch last week, and there are a couple that in the back of my mind I wanted to ditch, but I don't always vocalize which ones are in the back of my mind, and I give it 6 months because I try to do a ditch the stitch twice a year, so the first of the year and the middle of the year, and I give myself 6 months to touch it, to think about it, to want to do it. And if that doesn't happen, that's usually whenever I ditch it. Sometimes it takes me longer. It depends on the piece. Like sometimes I give it a full year, you know, because things happen sometimes, right? So, anyways, think this is the first ditch the stitch that I know a lot of people, whenever they film their WIT parades, they're like, oh, I love this one. Oh, I love this one. Oh, I missed this one. I want to finish this one. We all do it. We all say it because there are whips for a reason. We started them because at one point, whether that still applies or doesn't, at one point we really, really loved the piece. And you may still really love it. There's no doubt about that. But other pieces always come before it. Or new things come out. And there's been new things. I've put a few things on my wish list. There are a couple of things. But I haven't been drawn to start any of those or to buy a bunch of haul of the new stuff coming out. Now, I will say this week, in the last 3 days, have bought 2 pieces of haul. One was free because I had credit. It didn't cost me anything. The other I got because I think it's possible that it's a limited release and I would like to collect all of them, but I'm going to collect them each year late. But we'll get into that whenever they come in. But there's other patterns that have come out that I've put in my like wish list on 123 or on Etsy. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's been things I have put things on my Etsy and 123 wish list. I have in the last few weeks. Not as much as I used to. I used to like heart, 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 add. I haven't been doing that. I actually went through and I took some stuff off because it no longer appeals to me. But I can honestly say this is the first time since starting Ditch the Stitch that I truly want to work on my whips more than I want to start things. And it's not because I gave myself parameters, because look, I can give myself all the parameters I want, but if this girl wants to start 5 new things next week and none of them are ongoing series, I'm going to start 5 new things next week. I set them up to give myself the opportunity to love the things that I decided to keep. And the funny thing with that is I don't want to start new things. And I gave myself the leeway to. So, I don't know. I'm having fun. I am going to be sad whenever this one's done. I love this so much. I really, really, really do. I really love this one. Anyways, it just makes me really happy. And after that one that should have taken me max 3 days took me 5. And I was getting a little discouraged. This one kind of brought back my bug because this week with work, not even mentioning other things, right? It's been a rough week. This has brought me a lot of joy, and I'm just, I have so many, I went through and I decluttered patterns. I posted them on Instagram, and I sold some stuff, so thank you guys who, first of all, I also want to mention that. First of all, thank you if you supported my D-Stash. You should be getting your patterns in the next day or two if you haven't already. Because those all went out on Monday, and the 2 people who claimed my whips from my declutter, they got theirs today. So mathematically, by days, hopefully I'll get them maybe tomorrow, Monday at the latest, if you bought anything from the D-Stash. So, and also thank you to the 2 ladies who wanted to adopt my whips and continue them on as your own. I'm so thankful that you got them and you love them, and please tag me. I told y'all in the DMs, but please tag me whenever, at least if anything, whenever you finish them, because I'd love to see them finished. And so I do appreciate that. Thank y'all for taking those off my hands. But like anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know what this was, but I destashed and I kept things that I was like, as of right now, I could still see myself starting this. Now, another 6 months, maybe. If I haven't started it, maybe not. Maybe it's not my vibe anymore, and I get rid of it. But, anyways, I guess I should stop rambling. I'm really excited about the whips that I have, and I'm not as excited to start new things that aren't current series or current whips. And I don't know why, but this is the first year that I've really felt like that, and it's a really good feeling. It's a really good feeling. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and sorry for getting a little like, today's just been a long day, and I just wanted to get on here and make this video and just talk with you guys and show y'all what I've been doing this week, really. Everything at work will be fine. I promise. There's just some stuff going on, and they aren't fully telling us what's happening. But we're just rolling with the punches, and I'm not always good at being a wing it type of person. Like in stitching, I'm a wing it type of person, but in like people making life decisions for me that affect my daily life, I'm not a wing it type of person, okay? I'm just not. Spontaneity, very, very tiny percentage of my personality is spontaneity. But anyways, that is it. Y'all will find more, y'all find out more about the 2 things that I purchased for haul when they come in, because I'm really excited about both of them. And no, I don't know if they'll be instant starts. I don't know. They can't both be instant starts. Y'all are trying to trick me. I'm just kidding. No trickery. Anyways, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. If y'all have thoughts, if you watched my Ditch the Stitch and y'all have thoughts on any other whips that I should have on my radar in the upcoming weeks, please let me know what you think. But as of right now, in my head, I'm thinking the Grown in Love from the Around the Holidays series. I haven't started it yet, but it's a series, so it doesn't count. I'm thinking Christmas Rules, because I would love to have them both done, Christmas and Halloween, so I can FFO them at the same time, and they can look similar because I'm an OCD person. And then Witches of Salem. I'm so close. I just want to get it done. And that fabric is so soft and fun to work with. So fun to work with. I love it. So, anyways, those are the 3 on my radar. But if any other ones are on your radar, please let me know. Like, or a whip that you would love to see me work on soon. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. But if you mention it and it starts calling to me, it could. So if y'all have any thoughts on that, let me know. But also let me know what y'all are working on. I hope that y'all are gonna have a good weekend and week coming up. Hopefully temperatures aren't super crazy, but apparently the possible snow, that's not likely, but it's possible. You gotta love Texas weather, people. There's a 90% chance of rain and nothing happens. There's a 10% chance of rain, monsoon season. So really, you never know. But apparently it's coming in from like the middle of the country. It's moving down. So be safe. There's like snow happening and storms and rain, and there's a really bad tornado earlier this week down on the Gulf Coast and in Texas City. Which isn't far from where I'm from. So just watch out for that. Be safe. You know, the winter weather is definitely on its way in. And yeah, I hope that y'all have a great stitchy weekend and a great second week of the year. And thank y'all for always joining me and loving the cats and me. I really appreciate it. And I will see y'all next Friday. Bye, guys.